Governor Greg Abbott tonight says that Texas has seen a rise in attempted cyber attacks, and he is blaming Iran. Jack Fink is live in Dallas for us tonight. What's the state doing about this, if any?
Well, Doug, Governor Abbott and state officials said they are keeping a very close eye on this situation. They made their remarks after the second meeting of the governor's Domestic Terrorism Task Force. This as one state office saw its website fall victim to hackers. Those visiting the Texas Department of Agriculture's website may have seen this today, a photo of the Iranian general and designated terrorist killed by the U.S. The department confirms its website was defaced briefly this morning and that state and federal agencies are investigating. The news comes as Governor Greg Abbott announced that state agencies under his control have seen an increase in attempted cyber attacks by Iran in the past 48 hours, as many as 10,000 per minute.
It's my understanding none of those attempted attacks have been successful.
The executive director of the state's Department of Information Resources says these kinds of attacks aren't new, but that Texas is being even more vigilant.
Those are newer numbers, so we're pulling the others since we are just more specifically monitoring the Iran numbers right now, but we do believe it is an increase.
Yeah, I think 10,000 is an underestimate.
Alex Piquero, a criminology professor at UT Dallas, says hackers inside and outside the U.S. regularly target banking systems, electric grids, and the water supply. He says there are websites that can track the cyber attacks.
If an attack is coming from some country in the EU, it doesn't necessarily mean that it was originating in the EU. It could have originated in another country and used a server in the EU and bouncing all over the place before it actually ends up here.
And Governor Abbott urged local governments, businesses, and private citizens to practice what he called good cyber hygiene. Doug?
Jack, before we let you go, so the governor also said his Domestic Terrorism Task Force discussed the deadly shooting at that West Freeway church we've reported on at the Church of Christ in White Settlement 9 days ago now. Can you give us more detail about what he said regarding that?
Well, the governor told reporters today that it is premature to say that that shooting is an act of domestic terrorism. He said investigators are still going through all the evidence behind the shooting. As you know, a gunman killed 2 church members before a member of the church's security team shot and killed him. Doug?
All right, Jack Fink reporting tonight for us. Thank you very much, Jack.